I didn't
Keep
do
telling
shit.
yourself that.
I will, bitch.
Listen, you're gonna make all that revenue. Just flat and hollow, just on a skit podcast.
Keep telling myself that. Shit, I will.
Nah, don't use my own line against me.
No, I did already earlier.
Keep telling yourself that.
I will, cause I did.
You're right.
Is this recording? Cause this is comedy gold, right here.
I just started just now.
Oh.
This would only be funny to
Wait,
us.
is this going up on YouTube or are we streaming this or what?
Going up on YouTube later.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. So you're the leader of this whole thing, so you gotta like tell us how we're gonna do it.
All right. Fuck. Hold on. Okay. So, like everybody start and just like introduce themselves and so on and so forth. Like say who you are, what you do, shameless plugs if you need to, shit like that.
Shameless plug.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Goten, turn off your TV or some whatever's in the background. Like,
Goten.
I
Bobby.
was wondering what that shit was, so I didn't know who to ask.
like,
Sneaking.
you didn't have to mute yourself. Just turn off the TV. That's
Just close the door, bro.
all right.
He's in like the living room or something.
Oh, okay.
Move. That's my
9
guess.
people
I
here.
can't move.
Heard 9 people. Huh.
Okay, sorry, Shinnin. Go ahead and continue.
I was wondering for the longest time what the fuck this shit was in the background, but I didn't know who to ask. But alright, so like go ahead and just like everyone who's participating introduce themselves, say I guess like what fuck I don't know where I'm going with this.
Like,
Everyone
Just like-
introduce yourselves.
yeah, basically just do like a
Like-
Oh, so are we going down the list? Like we're going from Sev to like Goten.
yeah.
well, it should be Shinnin because he should be first because it's his podcast, so he'd go first and I'll go second, and then
I don't know.
You're right, and then we'll go with the
All right.
Dover boy, then you guys. Okay.
So I'm Shinnin. I do gaming and fanfics on YouTube, mainly Shinnin EX, and then just like whatever I feel like playing at the time. Shit.
so after we introduce ourselves and then and everything, you should probably just be like, okay, well, the topic for something is gonna be like this, and then we'll discuss what we think.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to start. That was all.
Okay.
So yeah, just, like, everybody just like go ahead with the introductions.
Oh, Goten has to be right back. Okay.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Goten's gonna be here, but he says he has to be right back.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fine. Go ahead, Seth.
Yeah.
All right, so you want me to start?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm Sev256, and I am the creator of Dragon Ball Galactic Chaos.
Dover.
Oh, is it who?
Well,
Yeah, it's,
we'll start over. We'll start over. We'll start over.
Oh my god.
All
Okay.
right, we're starting over. Okay.
we'll just go
I didn't
like
know if it's
Done.
internet, so.
yo, turn your mic up a little bit because I can't hear you.
Hold on, let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
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 Great.
All right, so just like everyone, just go down the line.
All
All
right.
right. Hey everyone, I'm Sev256, and I am the creator of Dragon Ball Galactic Chaos.
I'm Shinnin, creator of Dragon Ball Shinnin EX. Soon to be known as really nigga.
God.
Yo, keep the fuck.
No, Shin, keep that in. Keep that in.
Was that a duck?
Damn.
Someone got their vibrator on, bro.
Oh, yo, boy.
Okay.
Wait, more importantly, why did you get so close to the mic to say that though?
Okay.
All right,
Be
One more time, or we're good?
Is everybody good? Has everybody got this shit together?
Just start over.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Hey everyone, I'm Sev256, and I'm the creator of Dragon Ball Galactic Chaos.
I'm Shinnin, creator of Dragon Ball Shinnin, soon to be known as Tsuchikage, also creator of various other. I'm gonna just have my channel link, and then it doesn't matter. All right, next.
I'm Dover Boy, and I'm a creator of Dragon Ball Absolution.
Okay. I'm Jazz. I make really bad fanfics. Exactly.
Shut up, Platinum. Alright.
Oh yeah, Platinum TDX is my favorite YouTuber of all time. His content is so good.
Let's keep this rolling. Keep rolling.
Alright, your turn, Jaden.
Okay.
Alright. I'm Kid Jaden ENY. I'm the creator of Dragon Ball Z Bloodlines and an aspiring VA.
Oh right.
Jesse Pinkman, go ahead.
What? Hey, I can speak English. Okay. Hey, what's up? HTK, all the kid, aka Pinkman, aka Young Hand Sanitizer, aka whatever you want to call me, and what? Oh yeah, creator of Dragon Ball Voltage, and a number of other failed projects, and yeah.
Oh, I'm Platinum TDX, the Dragon Extreme, and yeah.
Oh my god! Hi,
AKA Son Kosuke.
intro.
AKA who? Go ahead.
I'm Cubas. I'm just a random guy on Twitter.
Alright, so to start this off, like, we're here to talk about, like, anime games and where this is going in the future, because it's like, we had, like, a lot in, like, throughout, even from the PS2 era to now, but all we, like, for the most part, all we really got was just Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, and, like, a few little, like, small things here and there. Whereas nowadays, we're getting, I've got Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, of course, we're getting Sword Art Online, we're getting Little Witch Academia, Seven Deadly
This is
Sins.
just music. Shinnin keeps cutting out.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, you keep cutting out.
You keep cutting out, man. Yeah.
Oh, damn, my bad.
Out.
He keep coming out. I swear to God, someone just said that. I swear to God, somebody said you keep coming out.
All right.
We're gonna do this for an hour.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is the trial, okay?
Let's
So
just
it's
go
all
for,
right.
like, 3. All right.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about, like, anime games and shit, and we, like, overall we're getting, I guess, like, more relevant ones than we used to, because originally it was just like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, and Muso, and that was really about it. And now, like, we're still getting those, and on top of that, we're getting SAO, Little Witch Academia, Seven Deadly Sins. Gintama's still, like, a little iffy when it comes to Come to the West. We might get that, we might not. And then we got Saint Seiya and JoJo and the like. So to start it off, let's just everyone go down the line and say, I guess, like, a few, like, your favorite anime game series and why.
You cut out again.
Kenny, you do keep cutting.
I
Well,
think you said go down the line and list your favorite anime games.
yeah, I didn't hear what he said after that though.
Oh no, that was it.
That was it. Oh, okay, well.
Okay. All right then. I'll start. I like the Storm series just because I have been, like, a big fan of Naruto ever since, like, I don't know, since I was, like, in 6th or 7th grade. And then, like, after that, I kind of, like, branched out into, like, other, not, like, well known. I don't even want to call them anime games, but, like, games like Tales of Vesperia and there's if you played any Studio Ghibli games like Ni no Kuni, or the only Studio Ghibli games, so that's, like, my niche. That's what I like. I like those kind of unknown games right there.
All right. My favorite ones in terms of I usually have, I guess, like, two different little, like, qualifiers for this. One is, like, overall presentation and then actual gameplay. So overall presentation, my favorite series is hands down the Storm series because like it looks great. It is like, with the exception of Storm 4 and all the shit that happened with that, it's overall like the best adaptation of an anime I've ever played. And then gameplay wise, even though that's like honestly like bottom 10, but my favorite one gameplay wise, I would say it's a tie between Tenkaichi 3, Saint Seiya
Yes,
Brave
sir.
Soldiers, and honestly, fuck, what's the name of this thing? J-Stars, my bad. So favorite one in terms of presentation, Storm. In terms of gameplay, it's like a tie between J-Stars, Tenkaichi, and Saint Seiya Soldiers.
Alright.
Bye.
Dover.
What's up? Oh yeah.
Good time.
The
It's like-
man, for anime games is I started growing up on the Kingdom Hearts series or whatever because I mean it's pretty good as a story mode and the gameplay is really nice and you got all these different worlds you can go to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro. We got it.
Yeah. We got you.
Okay. That scared me. I was like, what the? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
isn't really an anime game.
I mean, kind of.
It kind of.
Like, the art
I mean,
style.
No, the art style
But-
is Disney.
Wait.
Art style
Okay.
look kind of like anime, bro.
All right.
Kind of anime, I guess you can say it.
Yeah, Cubase is right. Just like
It was-
licensed anime games. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, I should have said that from the beginning. My bad.
All right. I'd hate to like interrupt this, but like I feel like we should probably start over one more time because honestly, Shinnin, you were cutting out a lot.
Yeah,
And,
like a lot.
and everyone's not like paying attention too much. So
I am.
All right.
well, for the most part, like everyone's kind of like jumping in and out.
Okay.
um,
I got it. Okay.
Something happened.
All right. So what I'm gonna do to, I guess, like help if just in case I do cut out, I'm gonna like put the topic in the text chat and then like so people can just like follow along from there.
Okay.
And then
Wait, what? Oh,
He's gonna put the topic in the text chat.
oh.
and then
He's still cutting out for me. I don't know if it's...
Yeah, same here.
honestly, this might just be my computer some shit. I don't know. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
Does everyone have 3 bars though? Like for green? Are they green?
Yeah, mine's green.
Okay.
So it's like I would have to say either my computer's some shit or something's not connected properly. But it like it.
Because I hear you a lot better. I hear you a lot better now than when we were trying to do the convo. You're cutting out just a little bit, but I still
Were you
hear
sitting
you.
closer to the mic just now?
Oh yeah, that's where I do that. I was just like trying to move it around instead.
Raise your voice
Yeah.
activation too.
Yeah. Do that and sit closer to the mic
All right,
so it could actually pick up your voice.
all right.
And then we'll have like you said, you should probably put the like you were going to put the topics in the text chat so this way we know what we have to stay by.
Yeah. All right. Can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot better.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So to start it off, just everyone go around
Well.
and introduce yourself and such. Just go down the line for now.
All right,
Okay.
Shinnin, start us off.
Ooh, me or
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay,
Seb, Shinnin.
all right. So I'm Shinnin, creator of Dragon Ball Shinnin, soon to be known as Tsuchikage, creator of several little small fanfic multiverse projects that incorporate the Storm series, Saint Seiya, J-Stars, and so on and so forth. And yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm Sev256, and I am the creator of Galactic Chaos. Uses multiple different games in the Dragon Ball series, and I had a little, time where I was trying to do some Naruto stuff, but it didn't quite work out.
I'm Dover Boy, and I'm a creator of Dragon Ball Solution, and I use like a lot of different DBZ for the and fanfic stuff like that. So, I mean,
For fuck's sake, guys.
Alright, look. Turn your phone to do not disturb.
Get it off your desk, first of all. Like, bro.
what's that?
Damn. Like,
All right, go ahead, Jess.
I'm Jasmine. Oh wait, I make fanfics, and they're really
So that's how you say your name. Okay.
yeah. Nobody knows how to say it.
I thought it was mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought.
it is mouse.
But it's
In
misspelled.
the
It's
fanfic
mouse.
Discord, it is.
Okay.
Alright.
Jack, you're cutting out a little bit.
shots fired.
Rip. Hi, I'm Kid JNY. I'm the creator of Dragon Ball Z Bloodlines, and I'm an aspiring voice actor.
Okay. Hello. HDK, Holy Kid, Binkman, whatever you want to call me. I'm the creator of Dragon Ball Voltage, also an aspiring voice actor, and yeah, I do way too much in a short amount of time.
I'm Platinum TDX of Dragon Extreme, co-creator of Dragon Ball Budo 10 Element X, and yeah.
I'm Cubas. I'm just a random guy on Twitter.
Alright, so we're here to talk about anime games and such. And so, because like, compared to like earlier on, we're seeing more coming overseas, whereas like in the old days we would get like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto, and then like if something like for the most part if something like if something like showed up in the West, it was something that was either like heavily altered for the audience or made here specifically. And sometimes you get something decent, sometimes you get shit like the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament. So then in the PS3 era and such, it was more of the same, but we were also getting more like Musos overall. Now we're still getting
Did he
that.
cut out for anyone else there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been cutting out. I just got used to it.
Oh wait, it's still cutting out?
What?
Is it still cutting out?
Yep.
It's weird. It's weird because like when we weren't recording, it was pretty fine.
Yeah.
I think it's
But now
because
it
you're.
is.
To be honest, I don't know.
Say what?
Because you did. I don't know. I mean, you sounded.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to figure out how to get this to work right anyway, because so it's better just get all the bugs and stuff out right now.
You can always use Skype.
Oh hell no! Hell no!
See you guys later.
Heck no.
Alright,
Chokeslam you.
let's just jump to the topic
My,
and see what happens. Because like this. Wait, what?
Do you want someone else to read off the topics?
Yeah, let me send it to.
Here, do a test because like this is what you should do. This is what you should do.
Yeah.
Test and see if you're like when you record the the voices. See if you can hear yourself clearly in the recording, and then you can just do the intro and everything, and we'll just go down the line on our own, and this way you can just make sure it's clear on your end, and you can hear us. We just have a problem hearing you. So
okay. Well, no, in that case, like it's been fine on my end. It's just like I think the connection itself is a problem.
okay. Yeah, because I mean, right? Everyone can hear everyone else, right? Like perfectly.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's weird. Okay.
All right. So, all right. So first topic is just what's your favorite like your favorite anime game? So like licensed things. So like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, fucking Inuyasha if you play that one game or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. So I would have to say my favorite licensed anime game is it's the Storm series, but if you go way back into the PS2, era, there's a Yu Yu Hakusho had a game called Dark Tournament.
You like
Now,
Tournament?
I liked Dark Tournament because I'm a huge Yu Yu Hakusho fan. I just don't put it out there. And if we got the other one, because there was a second Yu Yu Hakusho game that only came out in Japan.
Oh, yeah,
if we got that one, I believe Yu Yu Hakusho would still be a big thing over here, game wise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember which one you're talking about. The name exactly, I don't know, but I think it was one of the ones when like Dimps was on its little little license game streak thing. Yeah. But okay. So my favorite licensed anime game, when it comes to just like overall presentation, it would be the Storm series, because it's, with the exception of like Storm 4 and everything that happened with there, it's like the best adaptation of an anime that I've seen. But when it comes to like actual gameplay, that's like bottom 10, bottom 15ish. And my favorite ones are Tenkaichi 3, Saint Seiya Brave Soldiers, J-Stars, and Budokai 3, as long as I'm not trying to play it how people consider high level, because high level Budokai is boring as shit. So yeah.
Okay.
Dover.
See, yeah, I see.
Alright.
I knew it.
Alright, I thought somebody else was, I guess
No, turn your mic up a little bit. I can't hear you.
Man,
Can you hear me now?
He's like
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
better.
Alright. Well, my favorite anime game would be, I say Naruto. Well, it used to be Naruto, but now it's really Dragon Ball, really, because I've just been a fan since I was like a kid or whatever. But back in the day, Naruto, like, I liked the gameplay and the story, because it was like so much, based on the anime, kind of. It was kind of a little twist, maybe a little bit, but it was basically on the anime or whatever, and it was pretty nice. But gameplay wise, I picked like Dragon Ball, Tenkaichi 3. I picked Budokai 3 too, like gameplay wise, because it's like I didn't really like the Naruto game. It really wasn't right because there's certain moves you had to do and stuff, like I really just didn't get into it like that. So yeah, that's really it on me. Everybody else can go now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
My turn now, right?
Yep.
My favorite anime game is Xenoverse 2.
All right, you're blocked.
Sorry.
No, move
Sorry.
on.
No, it's a joke.
Jaden, your turn.
My favorite anime games are like probably RB2 and
Okay.
and maybe either of the JoJo games. I would say Eyes of Heaven beats All-Star Battle. But that's my opinion.
You're like the only person I know who thinks that, except me. Like, honestly.
I love the JoJo.
And as long as you don't worry about the netcode in Eyes of Heaven, then yeah.
Bro, I remember this not
That
happening.
shit was trash.
The online.
Bruh.
the online game
The only time
nowadays.
that I actually successfully played Eyes of Heaven online was like last semester in college, right? I was playing with my roommate. We brought both TVs down. They were right next to each other, and that was the only time I ever had like perfect connection. And we were right there. Every time else, it's either running in fucking slow motion and shit, and it's just like no.
So you pretty much had a LAN party.
Basically.
The online on Eyes of Heaven is the worst in any game I played. The worst, except for maybe Street Fighter 5. But even then,
Bro, I love key Tekken. Why don't people like Tekken so much? They say it's
people do. What are you talking about?
What are
People
you
love
talking
Tekken.
about?
Huh?
Who?
People love Tekken.
Bro, come
Alright,
on, stay on
Jaden.
topic, please.
Nani?
like I hear people have a lot of complaints about like just the gameplay or whatever. Like
That's because they suck.
that's
Basically.
That's the case with
Yeah,
most fighters.
like, not
Yeah,
like-
exactly, bro.
like, just the gameplay, I guess.
He's like, I don't like getting juggled. Then don't get hit by a fucking launcher, you dumb dyke. Like,
Okay.
It's not that easy.
I mean, yeah, it's not that easy.
All right, but like, let's get back on topic. Jaden, your turn.
Alright, so my favorite anime games come from Naruto and the Dragon Ball series. Back then, my favorite Naruto game was Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2. I really loved that series, the original Ultimate Ninja series. And if we're talking Dragon Ball, my favorite Dragon Ball game is Tenkaichi 2. I love the combat and the story mode. I liked it a lot. And, you know, the presentation back then was really good in my eyes. Even like the animated cutscenes, however few of them there were, they were really good. But if we're talking more recently, my favorite DB games are RB2, and my favorite Storm game is Storm 3. So
I hate Jaden so much
why?
because I'm the
I love
exact same.
Put
But go ahead.
at story mode in all of the games. Maybe. Up to RB.
No. Okay, so I don't know. I can't really say I have a favorite. I would say like the ones that are up there, the two are RB2 and J Stars, because I absolutely love J Stars, and I don't see why everyone hates it so much. Like, it kind of low key pisses me off. And plus, J Stars is the best Bleach game that we've ever gotten.
Hey, chill, bro.
So, you know, that's a plus. And okay, RB2, J Stars. I mean, yeah, it is accurate, unfortunately, but hey.
Like, Shattered Blade was some trash. Sword Resurrection was fucking stupid.
No, don't even no.
No, Heat the Soul, the PSP
It
game.
was alright, but I mean, it didn't age well. Like, that's the only problem I have with it. But yeah, J Stars is the best Bleach game that we'll ever get, unfortunately. But yeah, with that, RB2, Storm 3, still the best Storm to this day, in my opinion.
Right.
Just because of the gameplay and stuff, and you could cancel into grabs, and the combo cancels actually took a little bit of, you know, skill. Instead of just pressing 3 buttons, and you cancel into an ultimate. Burning Blood, I like Burning Blood, not as much as J Stars, but that's besides the point.
See, that's interesting. You put J Stars over Burning Blood?
Yeah, of course. Because I can't go back to Burning Blood and have fun with it now. J Stars, I can play that just about any day of the week, and I'll have fun with it.
Okay.
I guess you can count like the Guilty Gear series as anime games. I don't know.
I think they have an anime, yeah.
I guess, but if we're doing that, we can say Guilty Gear. And okay, hold on, give me a minute. I can say this long ass name. Under Night in Birth EXE Late.
No, those don't count. Those don't count.
Those are game series.
Okay, well, Fighting Climax then. How about that? That counts.
That counts.
Okay, yeah, that counts.
yeah.
And then Persona, I guess, the Ultimax.
Doesn't count.
No, Persona does. It has an anime.
Yeah.
But the anime came
Oh,
after the
oh,
game.
yeah.
The anime came after the games.
Yeah, basically.
True.
Who cares?
whatever. I like. There's not really any. I mean, I do hate a few anime games, but I'm not. We're not talking about that.
Wait, actually, no. That's the next topic.
Oh, I bet. I got. You know, I gotta go first. I'm going first. I gotta go first.
No,
I gotta go
shut your
first.
ass up.
No, I gotta go first.
Wait. Platinum hasn't gone. He hasn't gone yet.
Oh, okay.
Me, Kibaz, and Goten. But
Yeah.
I guess mine is similar to Jaden. That's why I hate him. My favorites growing up, because I didn't play many anime games growing up. I mainly played the Tenkaichi series after the Budokai one, and I liked the Ultimate Ninja series more than anything, really. Ultimate Ninja 3 was my favorite, but if we're talking about more recently, I'd probably pick Raging Blast 2, maybe? And that's about it. Storm 3, I guess, but after a certain point, there was a heavy decline where, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, because you played me.
No, you just won't talk. We'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
All right, Q, go ahead.
Guess it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my top 3, I would say, are Super Dragon Ball Z for the PlayStation 2, just from a gameplay perspective.
I remember that.
Because I played that shit every fucking weekend.
I was terrible at Dragon Ball Z.
And just from a gameplay perspective, I really like the Storm series on the presentation side. And I think Storm 4 is kind of an okay-ish fighting game. You can sort of take it seriously, not really, but more than the other ones. And then there's the Gundam versus Gundam series. I really like the one on the PSP. Yeah, those are my top 3.
Okay.
I cannot believe I forgot about Gundam Versus. I feel stupid now.
Goten.
Huh? Okay. I like Dragon Ball Z games, of course, and Naruto, but I gotta say, as of right now, still BT3 is still the best. I love the story mode, and I'm glad they have like a lot of characters, but it's just, huh? Wait, what did you say?
No.
All right. What I was gonna say was, I love that they have a lot of things. I just wish they had certain characters that were into the story, but it's alright. And
Bro,
put your phone in your pocket.
Jesus Christ, take it off.
But what I said was, yeah, I'm glad that they have a lot of those characters, and I'm glad they got like other stuff to the story, like what if scenarios and stuff. But yeah, as of Naruto stuff, still Storm 3, of course. The fucking story mode is lit. I'm sorry, I gotta play that shit. Got my boy Sasuke, Naruto got them costumes and shit. God damn, they need this nigga Mima in that shit. I'm sorry, it's true. They need that nigga in there. You wasted hella DLCs and shit, but don't add this nigga. You add Rota and Ninja Sasuke, but not Mima. Fuck out of here, boy. Block. I'm sorry, they need my man in that shit. But yeah, as a Bleach shit, I gotta say,
Stars.
Yeah, that and their mobile game, Bracelets.
That's pretty good.
That shit is good. Yes, it is competitive as fuck too. But yeah, that's about it.
All right.
I have. Wait. I wanted to say like an honorable mention. I know it's not licensed.
Wait,
it's a fan game, but I want to say Hyper Dragon Ball Z. Just put that.
Oh yeah.
I love that game. Yeah. Okay.
Or Special Forces.
They can work.
Oh,
it's still an anime game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So next topic. The anime game that you were most disappointed with. So like.
Please, can I please go first?
Hold on.
Read it right. It says not hated. It says just disappointed.
Everybody off in this video.
Same thing.
But
All right,
what
go
if
ahead.
you were disappointed by it?
Wait, are you
and
talking to
hated
me?
it as well?
Yeah, go ahead. Go first.
Okay. So I have a decent amount. Xenoverse.
He has to take a deep breath.
Shit.
Both of them. I mean, that's an obvious one. And I think the main one I can really think of right now. I didn't hate Attack on Titan. I just think it was a disappointment.
It was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first two Pirate Warriors, I liked the third one. The first two were like, And the last one I can think of is Budokai 3.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Okay. Here's the thing. And I think I fucked myself up with this because like everyone told me the game was amazing, and I played it when the HD collection came out. Right? I played the game. I was like, bro, this shit is trash. Because I played Burst Limit and Infinite World before that, and I guess like I was so used to having like a lot of content, and I got to the game, and everyone told me the story mode was amazing and all this other shit, and I got to it, and it didn't even have any real cutscenes. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Oh, you were used to a lot of content, but you played Burst Limit before Budokai 3, and
yeah, I played. Yeah, I did. You dyke.
That's not
content. Yeah, I know it's not content. I said Infinite World right after it.
Oh yeah, Infinite World.
Go ahead. Continue.
That's why
I played Infinite World before both.
Shit is hard.
The only reason I gave Burst Limit a pass because the game looked so damn beautiful. I was still pissed though. That shit is stupid. That was disappointing too, low key, because of the online was garbage, borderline Eyes of Heaven, and then the roster was unfinished. The whole game was unfinished.
Dimps never finishes games.
You're right.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
But yeah. I think that's about it. I know there's more. I'm gonna think about it in the next few minutes.
I gotta agree with I was gonna say I gotta agree with Hollow because at least with I don't know how should I say this. I actually disagree with Hollow because I was the opposite with Burst Limit.
Oh damn.
I was the opposite of Burst Limit, right? When I got the game, I was expecting something like really, really amazing since it was the first PS3 Dragon Ball game.
Oh yeah.
And then when it came to like presentation, like graphics wise, it didn't look that good to me. It looks blocky to me. You see, like
it kind of does. It kind of does.
It looks like they're made of squares, pretty much. Okay.
It looks a little too cartoony to me, kind of.
Yeah.
Just like,
and then when you get to the end after the whole Cell thing, and they tease that Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Broly thing that never happens, it's like, what the hell? Like that was the biggest dick tease ever.
I can understand
when it comes to Dragon Ball games.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So the anime games I've been most disappointed with. Most recently, I would say Excel World versus Sword Art Online because, bro, the story blew the shit out of me. Like, okay, so, all right. First, is there anyone in here who is planning on playing it, or can I just spoil the story?
Oh no.
Nope.
Playing what?
Excel World versus SAO.
Trash.
Look,
anything that has to do with SAO other than fighting climax, you can keep it.
All right. So
the one time I started on the podcast.
Let's co-op.
And Discord decides not to work. Okay, it's fine now, I guess.
Go ahead.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the whole main villain is Future Yui thing was fucking retarded. Let's just start there. Like that was no. And then just like the choices at the end where it's like she wants to die and they're just like, no, you're just gonna come back with us and just lose your memories. It's just like, you know how fucking selfish that shit was? like you basically gave up your daughter's memories because you wanted to be stupid and then said, oh, we'll just make new ones. Like, bro, what? And then next one I was disappointed with was Gundam Unicorn on PS3, and it was specifically because that was the reason why I had a copyright strike for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Yep. Could have been working on EX, but nope. Bandai wanted to be some jackasses.
Oh, jeez.
And then the last one is Storm 4, because it was like, I read this interview, like that Shonen Games translated, and it was just like they wanted to do so much, but shit was just going wrong left and right, and then they're working on Eyes of Heaven on top of that, and Final Fantasy VII. It's just like, it was more disappointment at the potential that they could have got rather than the game itself.
Okay.
Hey, what are we talking about? I just got back.
Oh.
I heard Final Fantasy.
Oh, we're talking about.
No, that's just something he was disappointed in.
Yeah, so. Long story short, because of since CyberConnect 2 was working on 3 major games at the same time, and Storm 4 was technically the least important of the 3, it kind of got shafted, and it's just like it was just kind of some shit to see.
Yeah. I just thought of another one. I got to bring up this. If anyone's played the game before, and I know a lot of you aren't like SAO fans, but if you've ever played Hollow Fragment, that game is
garbage.
Garbage. Disappointing.
That game is there. You don't know what to do in that game. There's so much crap to do. It doesn't really even tell you where you should go. The battle system on that thing, it's pretty much automatic. You push a button, or actually you don't even have to push a button. You can just walk up to the bad guy or the monster or whatever, and it automatically starts hitting.
Listen.
There is no combo button on that game. And there is a ton of content in the game. You just don't know what to do, so you can't get to it, though.
That game so much.
Alright,
I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You already know my most hated and disappointed game of all time. I'm not even gonna say it. You already know.
See
And
first
The Last of Us.
I'll just say this. It's the most sold anime game of all time. I think after that, it'd probably be Storm 4 because of the disappointment that it led on with its fans and the cuckery that went on during its development.
It could have been the best one.
Cutscene, poor community man, and just overall like shitty experience. The first like 2 months were spent trying to get netcode done during the cycle of development, but they were too busy battling Bandai for budget. So,
do you think with the collection coming out that any of that'll be fixed?
Absolutely fucking
no.
It won't.
Collection is just them to rake money, and on PC we already have Storm 3 in HD. Fuck do we need
Okay, well this question. With the collection coming back with Storm 2, which is probably Storm 2 to 3, but I'm not going to say generation because those two had probably the better online services. Do you think those will be fixed with it?
Well,
or like would they bring No, there are a ton of people that still want to play Storm 2 and 3
not on PC.
That's true, but like I have a thing. I have something I need to say for Storm 4, and it's bothered me a lot with the whole Road to Boruto shit. How the fuck did they add Mecha Naruto but not add Lars?
Oh, because Lars was probably like a technical
Lars was a
They probably would have to pay more money to put Lars in, like most likely.
Ain't nobody asked for that bitch. That's the thing that pissed me off. Like,
Well, no, because Bandai Namco is publishing, so they could easily just be like, "Hey, let's add Lars."
But they still have to. They have the Tekken's a whole nother license.
Right. Do you know how many people would buy Storm 4 just because Lars is in the game?
Bruh.
Like 5?
Do you know how many people? No, there's. I think you underestimate how popular that character was.
No, I remember. I got Storm 2 back then when it came out. I love playing with it.
Right.
I still don't think it would for the hell it got.
Oh no, of course not. But I'm just saying, it would have been a lot better than Mecha Naruto. That's for damn sure.
And that's Mecha Naruto. But yeah, Storm 4 was that was a heavy disappointment for everyone, and they misled people.
Oh yeah.
And they delayed the game 6 months to make it DLC.
Oh, and to cut more content, but we won't.
Exactly, and add Sound 4 that we've been asking for ever since fucking Storm 1, but you know.
Bruh.
Whatever.
Not to mention they were DLC.
That's what I'm saying. They delayed it 6 months to take out shit.
No, you're forgetting Storm.
I'm pretty sure.
The cutscenes,
cutscene. No, that's not the only thing they took out though. They took out characters. They took out cutscenes, stages. I'm pretty sure. Didn't they take out stages? I don't know.
I don't know about stages.
Yeah.
Characters.
You're right.
You know they actually had. they actually had the models for the Sound Forward back in Storm 1 because I believe they were DLC support characters.
Yeah, they were.
They had the models and the moves.
Back in Storm 1, they had like they had the model, they had like one jutsu, and like half a combo, and that's about it.
You know the thing that pissed me off though about Road to Boruto, and this is like a really small thing, but like ever since like Storm 1, I wanted the arm sleeve Sasuke. How did you fucking know? They made that man. They gave him the Chidori, dude. That pissed me off. Like I don't know why. Like that pissed me off, dude. Like
he doesn't have it yet.
Like bro, just give us Lions Barrage. Come on now. Come on.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about like sleeve Sasuke PTS.
Is this
like in Road to Boruto that they finally gave us?
The first Sasuke, pretty much.
Yeah, the very first variation of Sasuke.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
So,
bro, I'm so mad they put a whole scan in it. And it's like, oh, Toneri's on the end, but let's just slice arm sleeve Sasuke. Like
and Shikadai is not even in the fucking game.
Damn.
I mean, he is, but you can't play as him.
Right.
I think I was in the top people that actually wanted Toneri in the game because you have the main people from the last, but you're not going to add the bad guay. Like,
yeah. It was.
I hate those kind of games. Like they have the characters in there like that you can't play as. Like
Xenoverse 2 DLC 4.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Well, shit.
No, I got it.
God damn.
I got something to
Go
say.
in on Xenoverse.
We're not even going to talk about Xenoverse until we get
no.
deeper into the podcast. We're not
Like
going
that shit.
I got
Bro,
something to
we
say.
could have a 5-hour-long podcast just like going in on that
That's
game.
a whole.
Yeah,
Right, wait.
That's a whole course in school.
Oh, I guess there's one.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. There was one game that I fucking despise. Battle of Z. Fuck that shit. Look. Fucking DLC. Bardock, Super Saiyan.
And they're already in the
Vegeta.
game?
What the fuck?
They're already in the fucking game. You fight them.
But still, why?
So dumb.
Why? Okay, the Sage Mode Goku part was lit, but still, did you have to do that? That was stupid, exactly like Xenoverse did Super Saiyan 4
Blame
Vegeta.
Activision.
I was like, what the
Activision
fuck?
started this shit.
Shit, okay. First off, the models look dumb. Like, what the fuck?
You know, the only
sorry, like your nose look dumb as fuck, boy. Jesus,
nose, bro.
Dragon Block C. That's what that game.
Right.
Oh my god.
That was Dragon Block C with GLSL shaders.
can we all agree? Can we all agree the only selling point of Battle of Z was Super Saiyan God Goku?
You're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong.
That in the stage.
Jesus,
Bro, wait,
that
and
nigga was
Super Saiyan
hard to
Bardock.
fight.
Technically, like the selling point was it was supposed to be like a
Co-op
like
thing.
a team-based battle royale because they're stupid and marketed it
That's-
wrong.
Yeah, that's another thing. And
That's not what they were basing it on, though.
Exactly.
That's it. There was one thing I didn't like. Like, I mean, those spirit bomb shit every time in every match you win. Like, what's the point in that shit? Like, it's
Where does that shit go? I don't know.
That's
Where
a-
does that shit go? I never got that. Where
No, and I remember the struggle was real. I remember the struggle was real when we had to face this nigga God Goku. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I hate
Jesus.
that Broly mission, bro. That was some bullshit. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
That mission was one of the hardest game. I swear it was.
I didn't understand it.
Maybe that Majin Buu. I don't know.
Yo, Kibble was wrecking people's shit left and right. That
Yes,
he
it
does that
was.
in every Dragon Ball Z game.
It's so true.
Like this man
People was annoying as hell.
Yeah.
This man appear out of nowhere and start knocking you back. Like, what kind of shit is that? I have never.
Fucking Vegito looks like a monkey. I'm sorry. They made his face look weird. Jesus.
I cheesed the.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna come up right now and say I cheesed the fuck out of Battle of Z. I got the modded save and I.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as people started playing the game was broken as fuck. People
Yeah.
started modding shit. That's how you knew this game was trash. Like, Jesus.
I
God
stopped
damn.
playing with the Cell Saga.
That's when we had to stop.
Yeah.
Like, nah, stop.
I
You're
have
done.
not picked up that game.
Like, it
Oh,
was
hey.
over.
Oh, hey, Q, what was your most disappointing game?
I think J stars for me. Like I was really expecting more in about. Okay, like
Chill.
like so I know it's Spike and I know they're shit, but I was really just
Slander
I was.
again.
Did he just say Spike was shit?
Spike?
No, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Let the man speak.
All right.
Yeah.
But everything's just really bare bones. Like, okay, the selection of characters is cool, the roster is okay, but there's no real story. The mission mode is really samey. It's like, oh, you fight 10 times in the same map, like 3 times in a row because you gotta get these medals or shit to get cards to do nothing. Whoa, what a great game! But fuck.
I mean, that's kind of what the game was meant to be.
But you see,
Bruh.
I understand the story mode thing because the story mode was trash. It was very trash in TD. I didn't even finish
Oh
that
shit! It did have a story mode. I completely forgot.
No, yeah, exactly. It's not a story
People
mode.
just don't remember it.
Bruh,
See, no,
I was playing versus to rack up points. I think I touched story like once.
Pretty
the whole
much.
time.
That's
Yeah,
what
you
TD
could
is
play the other modes to get everything. You don't need it to play the story mode, but it's
Yeah.
really necessary there.
See, I agree with you with that. It's the only thing I liked about it was they were advertising it as like the be all Shonen Jump game, you know, and that's what we wanted. We wanted like all the characters to be able to play as them all and just like reenact certain things. But it came down to like I don't even care about the story mode. Like if they just had a proper roster and not just like 2 or 3 characters from each series.
No, I think the roster is okay for the time constraints or wherever. I mean, compared to the Jump Stars on the Nintendo DS, I think the rosters in J Stars is kind of shittier, but it does the job.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
still think that's one of my favorite.
but
anime.
as a player of the Gundam versus Gundam games, going into another 2v2 team-based fighting game, and the online was kind of okay-ish in J Stars. The matchmaking was good, the netcode not so much.
Right.
But man, the gameplay just goes nowhere. It has no fucking flow to everything. Killua has infinites. Ichigo can fucking lock you down.
Whoa.
Vegeta
Leave
with
this
his
man
son
alone.
I think I was more so disappointed with J Stars in the matter that there was nothing really done to it when it released over here. I
Yeah,
think that's what I was more so
same.
disappointed in.
See,
People just didn't care.
Oh, well,
they should have had DLC care. They had DLC planned for the game.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
they
thing.
had.
Like they had. Okay, it was what Kakashi, Gohan.
It
Jotaro.
was Jotaro.
Yeah, no,
Yu
his files
from
are already in
Shaman
the
King.
game, but
Yeah.
he wasn't finished.
yo,
Why
Jaden,
didn't they add Jotaro in the game instead of
But,
like, Jonathan? That's weird.
Jaden has something to say.
Oh,
All right, yeah. So like, I'm gonna go ahead and say one that nobody's brought up, which surprisingly nobody's brought up, but Ultimate Tenkaichi to me.
Oh,
In
Jesus.
recent history.
We just forgot about that game. That game doesn't exist.
What are you talking about?
Shit
It
about
doesn't
Ultimate
matter.
Tenkaichi.
Which game?
Oh, see,
Only good for heroes.
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like because they false advertised it. They made it look like it was gonna be like this badass RB3, but
Right.
and then they pulled like if you look at the trailers,
what you mean? It is RB3.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
stop it.
Stop.
No way.
I had a conversation with this
Well, no,
nigga.
according to certain people on Twitter,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know, it's
Irrelevant.
RB3.
Irrelevant. Don't listen.
Irrelevant. Exactly.
Well, like,
But like,
Did you just say to dox them?
What? Niggas.
They need to get doxxed. They shouldn't be on the internet saying that shit. Slander.
Bruh.
even in the game, you come across little quirks, and it feels like there was gonna be more to the game, but I mean,
Right.
they cut corners, and they're like, let's cut these people.
Drop it.
you know, I'd hate to say this, but I honestly think UT was the in-between game. You know, they tried it out, and then like they weren't planning to do Bad LZ probably, and the next game was
Oh.
probably going to be Xenoverse,
Right.
but they had to take a lot of time to work on Xenoverse.
That
so
was,
they
was
put
the father.
so UT was what Xenoverse was going to be, but it got interrupted with the whole oh wait, we can't put it out yet because we're not finished with it.
the
So
problem was they were
UT
working on Zenkai Battle at the same time.
Oh,
You know what pisses me off about UT the most though? Is it was that game that was either gonna make or break Spike. Like, it was that game that
Yeah.
was right after RB2, and everyone was like, RB2 doesn't have a story mode, and there's so many glitches. So,
You know what?
and then,
them same people are complaining about the story mode in Xenoverse.
exactly. And I'm sitting here like, bro, I bet you,
Fucking
man.
flip-floppers,
And
And
they
then
got
you see them make videos on RB2 and they're trash, of course, because
Right.
you know that's the only reason to complain about that game. Every person that complains about that game is trash. I'm sorry. Like,
play
no. RB2. Every person that complains about that game is trash. I'm sorry. Like,
No. If you think RB2 is easy, face hollow.
And even if they aren't
Oh,
trash,
Jesus.
it's still
RB2,
because they don't know a damn thing about it.
I mean,
No,
it's all about.
they don't
combo.
even know what the real glitches are in the game. They try to find them shits, bro.
RB2, it doesn't make no.
And they already got people complaining on.
Don't I can't hear you at all. Like,
It's gonna be so much glitches you ain't never seen in your life before. You can be like, how the fuck this nigga do that? Like, I'm telling you, I did that one time. I got my ass wore out. Like, I just stopped playing any game.
That was perfect timing.
Just stop playing the game.
Alright,
Oh, wait.
Lito has his duck over there.
Oh, I gotta say something now.
I was going somewhere with that. I forgot. But every time someone, oh my bad. Oh no. I think everyone's gone, but I mean, I was just gonna go off of what I was saying.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I was going somewhere with it.
Go ahead, finish up your thought.
Oh no, what I was gonna say is like it was that game that was right after RB2, and it was like now everyone when they think about Spike, they think about UT and J Stars, which honestly I don't think J Stars was a disappointment in my opinion.
Right.
But then like when they bring up UT, you can't really say anything because we all know UT is some trash.
Like it,
Yeah, like
it looked good, but that was about it.
oh yeah, it looked phenomenal, but like they did false advertise that shit.
Bandai Namco did.
Oh yeah, that's true. But if they had just stuck with what they had with RB2 and just put that into Ultimate Tenkaichi and then added the roster and shit and the character creation, bro, that would have been lit.
Character creation.
For the split second that
your
you're
RB3?
actually playing Ultimate Tenkaichi, like the actual gameplay where, before you go into the QTEs, it actually isn't bad. As long as they would have kept that and expanded upon it, like the whole melee blast range and the whole, like the side view, and then you go into the front view, it would have been good to have those dynamic angles and those different play styles mixed into one. But it's when they started implementing the QTEs and started cutting corners with the game, and just overall, it felt like a shitty experience. But you could tell there was more to be had.
Yeah, like if they had like continued like when you're in melee range, right, and you're hitting them, what they should have done is they should have done like with RB2 where you press like square or triangle and you continue the combo, and then if you guys like hit each other at the same time, then you go into like the QTE thing, and it's not based upon luck. It's based upon like I don't know, button mashing or some shit.
Yeah,
that would have been fine. Of course, they should have had a thing where you disable it.
That also reminds me.
The fans ruined that game.
Yeah, that's true.
The square melee chain, the end of the chain, is unfinished. Like it does only one animation, even when you flip the stick in a different direction. The end of the square chain.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter where
that's like one indicator that the game was like rushed.
You see, I'm still a firm believer of that, like UT and on Battle Z, they were like the third and fourth child of the family. Because if you look at it from now to back then, I still believe Xenoverse 1 was the game they actually wanted to make. And they just kind of got those two games in the middle, just kind of got screwed. It's not the developers' fault. They just had a better vision for what they actually wanted at that time.
Well, I think
it was my bad. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. I just want to say this real quick. I think it was after Ultimate Tenkaichi that they decided to make Xenoverse because the new consoles were starting to become more and more prominent, and the fact that Spike failed with Ultimate Tenkaichi because of Bandai Namco.
That's what pisses me off.
I think I read.
If they had gotten the proper amount of time, I think they could have made something.
If they had just like stuck with what they had with RB2 and built upon it, bro, we would not have Xenoverse right now.
They could.
Yeah.
I know,
Now
but
they could-
still, like, it still pisses me off because now, like, after that, they gave us some trash ass games, and then once we get Xenoverse, everyone was so thankful to finally get a new game. They were too stupid to see the fucking flaws with it.
Right.
Like,
Bro, Xenoverse was a Storm game with Flight, if we're being honest.
with what? Storm game? No.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
hold on.
Storm game, you can actually see yourself hitting people. It's not a fucking glitch.
Damn.
Alright.
The first one was a complete glitch. That game looked like a complete fucking glitch, bro.
Alright, okay.
Oh.
You're right. Okay, next topic.
Dang.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
Oh,
just gonna
wait.
be like pure speculation
okay.
and like half me talking out of my ass for like a good 5 minutes, so just bear with me.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Okay.
Alright, so
Guess I don't get it. Okay, whatever.
wait, you didn't go.
Oh,
Who cares?
cute. I could have sworn you talked.
No, that's Jazz.
Huh?
No, that
Oh,
was
Jazz.
bro.
Oh,
Oh, wait. I
He
wanted to add
wasn't
something too.
talking.
oh, Jazz. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so, Dokkan.
Jesus.
What?
Oh, he was serious. Oh shit.
Yeah, damn straight. Shit is trash.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, everyone was telling me
Right.
about how good Dokkan was for a mobile game.
Irrelevant.
Played
irrelevant.
Dokkan for 5 minutes and got bored.
A card
Exactly.
game.
Yep.
What did you expect?
Oh,
I expected it, man.
played,
expected it to be fun.
Souls.
Bracelets is
Longer
better.
than I
Do
played
not
Dokkan.
compare that shit to that.
Brave
Hell
Souls
no.
isn't a card
Dragon
game
Ball
though.
card game. Give me English IC card at.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
But see,
Yes.
Jeff, you can't compare Brave Souls to Dokkan. Brave Souls is a card
Exactly.
game though. It's not a card game.
It's a fighting game. Yeah.
It's a mobile game.
It's a
Oh,
RP.
mobile
It's a
fight.
role. It's a RPG mobile game.
Right,
It's,
right.
It's you know, it's like a miniature. It's a miniature. It's pretty much a miniature console game on your phone. That's all it is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And, okay. I'm gonna get flack for this, but,
Go ahead
You
and say
already
some
know.
dumb shit.
I
Oh
know it's a PlayStation
Wait.
2 game.
Oh, it
okay?
is.
Okay, well,
no.
let's hear what it is. Let's hear what it
It's
is.
Tenkaichi 3, isn't it?
Full
No.
Metal Alchemist 2, The Curse
Oh.
of the Crimson
What is that?
Elixir.
I never played that, so
I was
Wait,
like
that's so
2014.
no.
Jason, why'd you get so heated?
See, Jaden, that's a problem that's gonna be brung up in the next topic. That's a problem.
What the fuck? Why did he get so heated, bro?
He said who?
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Jack left. I was gonna say continue, but
Dropped.
God
Okay,
damn.
Shinnin, we can go on to the. We can go on to the next one.
Okay, so
God damn.
all right, this next one is just like me, just like speculating and shit, and it's like partly true, partly me just kind of talking out of my ass. So,
Right.
so basically, what we've got, like, we've gotten a range of. It's like they're either decent, iffy, has potential, or it's some shit. And so the biggest, like, the problem with that is that they're all made by the same publisher. Like, Bandai Namco has been publishing like a shit ton of anime games. Like, a few weeks ago, I legit made a list of franchises that I was familiar with, and I tried to see how many I could get that Bandai Namco has not published a game for.
Sorry.
You good?
Cut out.
Wait, what happened?
I think Jazz is back.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, he cut it out.
Yeah, he cut out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
So
so
do we
shit,
just
like-
skip or?
No,
Go ahead.
so Shinnin was talking. So, but
Yeah.
but-
Okay, just, you go on, Shin.
Alright.
Alright.
So the biggest problem we have is that Bandai Namco has been making basically the majority of all of the anime games. Like, if it's not a Musou, and if it wasn't, if I remember correctly, Fairy Tail, Yu-Gi-Oh, I think Bleach and Fist of the North Star, and there's probably like one other that's important that and Attack on Titan. My bad. Aside from that, everything has just been Bandai Namco. Like, they've done. Like, they got, like, of course, we know they have Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Saint Seiya. really.
Bro,
So put your fucking phone in your pocket. I'm sorry.
it's over.
This one.
Damn.
Jesus.
So you're just gonna keep your phone on the table, or?
Oh my
Swear to
god. Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, so all right. So what I was getting at is that since only one publisher has been making these games, like they're just basically doing whatever the fuck they want. And so we've got
You're expecting it. You're expecting it.
You're just waiting for it now, man.
And so, like, for the most part, we've really only been getting like 3 types of games since like 2005. It's either Tenkaichi or an extension of that, Storm and an extension of that, and Muso. And then it's like little small things scattered around. Because like with Tenkaichi, you had Tenkaichi, which evolved into Raging Blast, which went 2 ways. One of them evolved into Ultimate Tenkaichi, but no one talks about that. And then the other way, it evolved into Zenkai Battle, then J-Stars, then Burning Blood. Whereas with Storm, it started on his own thing. It kind of went from being a fighting game to like an action overall. But from the fighting aspect, from that we got the Saint Seiya games, and then from there, from Brave Soldiers, we had Xenoverse, which is why I was saying that Xenoverse is basically a Storm game with Flight. Because basically Brave Soldiers with Flight, Brave Soldiers is a crapped out Storm, and then the rest is just like all Muso. So it's just like you got all that, and nowadays it seems like Bandai Namco is trying to like get away from that, and like they're just like branching out and trying to do like newer things. And this is based on like I guess like 5 of their biggest franchises. I'm just calling them like the 5 pillars for now, which was Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, Gundam, and Sword Art Online. Like this console generation, they're trying something new with every single one of these games. Like they started out with, for Dragon Ball Z, we had Xenoverse, and now they're also trying to do like an actual serious fighting game. You got fighters and shit. For Naruto, we've been on Storm since 2008, and now that's over. We have what's that fucking thing called? Like Shinobi Strikers coming out next year. One Piece has just been kind of like rotating games for a while. It's like we've had Unlimited, then it went to Pirate Warriors, and then it went back to back, and then Burning Blood got thrown in the mix, and now they're having a VR game coming out soon, and then Project Dawn, like whatever that's gonna end up being.
Jesus.
SAO, they're finally doing like they're breaking away from just like Ironclad and Alfheim and finally doing like the GGO world, which
doesn't help them.
It might. We'll have to see how it turns out overall, because like we've only seen there's only been one video of it out, and as we all know, they aren't actually good at like I guess like the internal inside the company itself, they're usually not good at showing their games off, which is why Xenoverse looked like ass at first.
First.
Okay, no. Xenoverse looked like ass until they put out that one combo video with like like Tingo on and stuff, and then people started to cite it. And then
Quote
it came
unquote
out, like,
combo video.
Don't get me started on the models.
And then
I'm sorry.
That 16-minute Shinobi Striker video, you could tell they did not know what the fuck they were doing. Like they were just really just like screwing around and say, "Hey, we have a game." Like they weren't trying to like actively show it off.
That's the problem with getting the voice actors to play the games. Like they don't play games in their usual daily life. Yeah. You can't have someone be like, "Pick this up. Oh, here, we're gonna show it off to thousands of people."
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Makes sense.
And then
I guarantee you, if they actually had people in the company that played the game, people wouldn't have given it so much flack for that 16-minute video. Like people would have probably praised it.
Yeah.
The thing is, Bandai just loves to do that. It happens with Xenoverse 1. It happened with JoJo All-Star Battle.
Yeah.
They just get anyone they can, like, oh, I'll play this. We're gonna record and then publish it.
And it just doesn't
people,
look good.
no one
Like,
likes that.
Yeah, like for example, with Eyes of Heaven, if they got, for example, like if they got me to play Eyes of Heaven and use Jotaro, I could probably sell that game on my own. Because like actually no,
I still won't buy it.
Say what?
Yeah.
Damn, I feel stupid.
Oh my god.
He said I still won't buy it.
Yeah,
Shot myself
JoJo
with
fighting
quick.
game.
Like okay, like well, let me rephrase that. I would have got more people to buy it or be interested in it overall, because it would have looked like, hey, this isn't just like a crappy whatever it is. It just looks like there's like there's some semblance of actual skill required, and then on top of it, they actually managed to put two things in that prevented Infinite from going on. And I'm getting off topic, so let me get back to what I was talking about.
God damn, Shinnin, what type of mic do you have?
Oh yeah, because you're cutting out.
Oh, okay.
It's not his mic, dude. It's the.
It probably sounds fine on his end, and then so,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I got a blue snowball.
Wait, what? The?
Blue snowball.
right at that point.
The only
Yeah.
reason I can tell what he's saying is because we talked about this on Twitter like 2 weeks ago.
So you're trying to remember what he talked
I'm
about.
trying to remember. I'm like,
Wait, what happened?
no, continue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the last thing is like the fifth pillar is like Gundam, where it's like aside from Versus Force and a bunch of Muso, we typically don't get Gundam games in the West. So now they're actually actively trying to promote it, and I think they mentioned esports as well. So they're like, I guess, somewhat serious about it. And overall, with these 5 series, I'm both excited and like extremely concerned about how these are all going to turn out, because I think that these will like make or break anime games for like for the rest of this generation and probably the next one. Because like if all of these are some shit,
Jesus,
it might be a problem. So yeah.
So
what you
from
said?
my perspective of this, or from what I've seen and just experience with the games that they've published and made, so Bandai Namco typically operates on this whole, okay, let's sell this license, instead of trying to be like, okay, what type of game do people want from this franchise?
Exactly.
So,
Thank you, Plat.
and when they make these Naruto, or when they publish these Naruto, Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, all these games, they're not really helping the name. So ever since around 2008 or 9, when Dragon Ball was at its highest, until now,
Dover.
bruh.
Goten.
Wait, what happened? What? Oh, my bad. What did I do?
No, it wasn't Goten.
What you
Oh.
guys do?
But no,
alright.
ever since Dragon Ball was on its high horse in like 07, 08, and up until now, recently, anime games really, they didn't do too well. Up until like the Naruto franchise started taking off, and that blew everything out of the water for years. And every other licensed game, they struggled to sell because of the fact that people wanted to see these games, but the games themselves, you can't get gamers to buy trash every time.
Right.
So Bandai Namco recently, and this is a good thing, they've started, like Shinnin said, they started reaching out to other companies and other kinds of companies to try and make these different games. Now, Koei Tecmo, they typically make one style of game, and every game, if you played one of their games, you played all of them. So
I would still buy the shit out of all of them, though, honestly.
to each their own. And that's why whenever they make a certain type of game, and whenever they're rumored to make another type of game, you generally have it split down the middle. But with Bandai Namco, you know you're either getting, like Shinnin said, you're either getting a Tenkaichi ripoff, a Storm ripoff, or some type of free flow ripoff. Now, Xenoverse, it was at first I think they were using the modified Street Fighter 4 engine, and
They weren't.
They weren't.
They weren't. The Xenoverse team and everything and all of its assets, it's using the Sensei engine from 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Knew it.
Which is what?
Damn.
Engine?
Which is what?
Which is what engine?
Ooh, I don't know. They made one specifically for Sanctuary Battle way back when. I can't remember the year.
Because I remember specifically Xenoverse 1 was rumored to be modded. Well, not even rumored. It was actually running on the Street Fighter 4 modified engine.
Nah, it can be. Most of the team crew isn't the same. Even compared to the Budokai team in the credits, it's not really the same people. It's just
they're not the same people, but they still own the engine.
I don't know. I think from when I researched this, it was really like it was the same engine as Saint Seiya Sanctuary Battle from the beginning of the PlayStation 3 era,
well,
and not Street Fighter 4.
Whichever engine it is, garbage. Anyways,
right, right.
Jesus.
When they were doing this,
of course, I came back to Platinum saying something was garbage.
So when they were doing this, they were trying to revolutionize the way they make their games, and they were still failing because they were still trying to copy from other games, and they were doing a bad job of it. So, as usual, a new type of game comes out and people go crazy because now we don't have Battle of Z, we don't have Ultimate Tenkaichi, and Storm is on the decline at that point.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we don't have Battle of Z, but we have Excel Word versus SAO, and that's like the same fucking thing.
but
you're talking about Xenoverse, right?
I'm talking about how Bandai Namco is going through their types of games. So we get this new Dragon Ball game, and people are sort of hyped. And Storm is, like I said, they were on sort of like a continuous road, but they were on their decline. So Storm 4 comes out, and people are mad at that. So they're wondering what other anime can take the mantle because Storm is ending, knowing damn well Boruto is going to pick it up. But
unfortunately.
But then we have all these other anime franchises, and they're like, okay, let's get a My Hero game, but it's on 3DS. They're testing the waters, and that's sort of like a reject fighting game. So they're getting all these different types of people, but mostly it's still the same company, Spike Chunsoft, Dimps, and CC2 making these anime licensed products. So 2016 rolls around, and we have what was confirmed. There was one game confirmed by some newer developer, and Art still making some shit, but now Dimps is making an SAO game, which is making me keep further away from it than before. And we have Arc System Works, which is a critically acclaimed fighting developer that is making fighters. But then you have all these other, like you have the Reject Team Ninja working on Boruto, or Naruto Boruto, however the fuck you say that name. And there are all these different types of games coming out. Why? Because Bandai Namco is finally trying something different, straying away from that Activision business model they were doing before. And you have Koei Tecmo. They have, I think they're still making Attack on Titan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they made the Berserk game too.
Yeah, Berserk was
And
good.
They did?
They did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
Muso.
Oh,
Berserk
right.
game.
And aren't they making the Seven Deadly Sins game?
No, that's
Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
What?
And the
that's Bandai
Gintama
Namco.
one.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay, yeah.
missed a lot.
So we have like a bunch of different series coming out now, and they're actually getting pushed. They're actually getting pushed.
Yeah, like we have.
Pushed to the point where a lot of Bandai Namco's other games are taking a back seat. Like what's that shitty car game? Project Cars? Trash.
Ooh.
Project Cars.
Never heard of it.
And anime games are finally being put back into a spotlight where they can actually grow and, you know,
Be
good.
Can I go off of what you're saying right there?
Yeah,
So the reason why I think they're back on, the rise is because of we didn't have a pretty much accessible outlet of anime in on this over here, and until we got Toonami back on Adult Swim. When Toonami got through his first year back, that's when games started coming. We started getting more notice at the games that were coming out. Because if people don't know, oh, what is SAO or over here, then no one's gonna want to buy a game. Or if no one knows what the latest thing happening in Naruto, no one's gonna want to buy the game. They don't want to relive something that they've never heard of. So I think with the comeback of Toonami, that is also helping these other games to get noticed, and also especially Netflix, because Netflix and Hulu are they're and Crunchyroll, all of them. Anyone that's like streaming or broadcasting anime is helping the uprise of all these games with these other companies.
Strike.
Who?
Exactly.
We didn't hear what you said, Jazz. So
He said anime strike.
Anime strike.
He said anime strike, which means strike out, get the fuck out.
Oh.
No. Bruh.
But
yeah, I think.
Wait, what happened?
So we still talking?
Oh,
No, you're good. You keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. So going off of what Seth said, put your fucking phone up.
What just happened? Jesus.
He said, "Gotta go."
Oh my god.
Oh, continue though.
Okay. So like going off of what Seth.
Oh.
Oh my
I'm convinced
God.
Shinnin can't talk anymore because
I gotta read
every
through
time he
some
does,
stuff, somebody-
quack, quack.
Okay. So.
Oh. Oh my god.
Okay, we're good. All right, so going off of what Seth said, like anime is more accessible overall, and therefore we're getting like different games based on all these series. Like just in the past, like I want to say 2 or 3 years alone, we've gotten My Hero Academia. We're getting Little Witch Academia. We're getting Seven Deadly Sins over here. We're getting Gintama on consoles. We're getting Killing Bites. No, I don't think anyone's ever actually heard of that except for me. But yeah, we're getting Killing Bites. There's another one I'm thinking of that I cannot remember. I don't remember. Well, anyway, it's just like we're like more series are becoming more popular. So now we're getting more games that aren't just the usual Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto, and even.
Right.
You're wrong as hell for that.
Oh my god.
Speaking of which, we need another Bleach, honestly. But yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's about anything else on here. I mean, I guess at this point we just like go around and if anyone has like any like I guess like opinions.
Extra things to say?
Yeah, basically.
Well, I have one thing to say. I think the main problem that the anime games are facing now, not really so much as diversity anymore, because like we've covered, Bandai Namco's actually trying to step out, but that's the problem. Bandai Namco. So we need, instead of Bandai Namco being this illegal monopoly, and Koei Tecmo sort of like trying to catch up with, Attack on Titan and some other Musos. We need another big competitor, and more so than that, we need one that's over here. One where we can reach, because let's face it, when we talk to Bandai Namco US, they probably tell JP this shit, and JP's like, huh? The freak? Fuck off.
These Bakugaijins trying to make their games.
Right.
We need, like, back when Ubisoft were making Naruto, games were straight flames. But why did they stop? So we need more companies. I'd even go as far to say Activision pick something up just to get a name out there.
Oh god.
Just to spark a movement. Just to spark a movement. Because Activision, when they put something behind, they can make a gem. But it's like we don't have any, and it's really hard to get a hold of these licenses. That's probably why Ubisoft dropped Naruto, honestly.
Right.
It's really hard to get a hold of these licenses, but with games with anime becoming more and more mainstream, like more and more than it was like 10 years ago, I'd say it'd be smart to pick it up because now you have people that know what One Punch Man is. You have people that know what My Hero is. Just because we actually have a TV block, we have the internet is a lot more accessible, and there's memes and shit.
Right.
People are like, where'd this come from? Oh, My Hero. Okay.
I guarantee a My Hero game in the next year. I guarantee it. After season 2, after season 2 ends, we're gonna get one.
I'd say 2020 or before.
Arc System Works.
Bruh.
I don't want a fighter Hero Academia game. I want an actual like RPG game. That's how Academia would work. You're running around the city being a superhero.
I think it'd work as both.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I was gonna say was it's maybe our topic, but I've been seeing this for the new Dragon Ball Z game, right? And I've been seeing people be shitting on it like because they're Xenoverse fans, and this is my problem. Like, why not just give the new games a chance? Seriously, like
Because-
don't judge it. Like
Because
it's like,
Bandai.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. What
Because
you say?
Bandai has basically conditioned us to think that if a new series starts, then the other
Yeah.
one is just gonna die.
Yeah, but
And,
that's what
and
I'm
some
saying.
people
though.
are just afraid that we ain't getting a Xenoverse 3 now. Bleh, you know?
There's absolutely no.
Yeah.
Stupid because it's the best. It's the biggest selling Dragon Ball game out there. It's gonna happen.
Right,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
people,
out there.
but
That we
the
can
way
do
Milking for everything they can.
I'm stopping now.
Yeah,
but the way
Don't
people
ain't going
think
away.
is that we got Raging Blast instead of Burst Limit 2, so of course we ain't getting Burst Limit 2.
That's
We
what I'm
got
saying though.
we
Like
got
I've been
Battle of
seeing them
Z.
in the. Oh, go ahead.
we got Battle of Z instead of Ultimate Tenkaichi 2 or Raging Blast 3. Of course we're not gonna get those games now. People are just afraid that's gonna happen again with Xenoverse.
Well,
The difference
I mean-
between all those is they didn't break 1 million copies.
Yeah.
Xenoverse sold AAA amounts of copies. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
they were like Xenoverse 2 rivals what? I think it
Totally.
beat out. No, it didn't beat out Dark Souls, but it was rivaling Dark Souls for the
See.
longest.
Seriously?
Back then,
Jeez.
back then they didn't really show the.
I'm not really surprised.
They didn't
Yeah.
show the financial side of games back then. When like when Ultimate Tenkaichi came out, they didn't really show the sales for that. They didn't show the sales for Battle of Z, and that's why people didn't understand that we weren't going to get it. But once they started, when that too.
Yeah.
But when Xenoverse started coming out, Bandai started showing, oh hey, we're selling 500,000 copies, 1 million copies. That's how people know now that we're going to get a new game.
Yeah, but
and it's a lot more accessible now.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
They-
but what I'm saying is, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to finish it. But what I was gonna say was, I'd be seeing this in the comment section. People like Xenotarts. I'm sorry. It's
Don't
true.
be sorry, bro.
I'm sorry,
That's what
it's
you call
true.
them, bro.
They be bashing on the game for no reason. Give the game a damn chance, and it's like judging a book for its cover. Like, come on, you can't judge it when the full game comes out.
Some
Seriously.
covers you can tell a
Some
book is gonna be
covers-
trash.
But
Especially after Xenoverse.
I mean, what I'm saying is, when it's by a new company, give it a chance. That's all I gotta
They're
say.
not new,
But-
though.
but
That's the thing.
Goten-
Not a new
But
company,
Goten-
but like, yeah, go ahead.
But Colton, I don't want to train to do I don't want to practice to be good at a fighting game. I just
Right.
I
But
just
this
want to make
game
my
isn't-
custom.
This
I mean,
game's
yeah.
entry barrier isn't even a barrier, bro. Like this
But
game is made
where's my
to be easy.
CACs, man? Where's my Super
That's
Saiyan
what
5
everybody's
blue?
been saying.
Well, I mean, here's
Whoa,
the thing.
whoa,
Where were your
whoa.
CACs and
Hold your
Xenoverse?
horses.
Everyone looks the same.
Yeah, that is
Everyone
true.
plays the same too.
Well, yeah.
Do the hair stand up? Do the hair
No.
stand up?
That's the most annoying fucking thing.
That's another
I
bro. That
know.
pissed me off with the whole Super Saiyan
Mm.
thing, and then everyone
Yeah,
like
you
the
did.
bigger YouTubers made it out like, well, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, when you're in the game and you're fighting, you're not gonna think, oh, I want my hair to stand up. No, I am, bitch.
Right.
Like, what kind of stupid? I'm not gonna say any names, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
The
I
biggest
actually-
problem
honestly.
with the big anime games like One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball is they struggle with an identity crisis, especially
Right.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse wants to be a fighter, an RPG,
An
a
MMO.
MOBA, an MMO. It wants to be all the, and they fail in every aspect except for, a soundtrack.
Right.
Now,
And even then-
Naruto is like a fighting.
I mean,
hack
soundtrack
and
in Xenoverse
slash.
was iffy, honestly. Like there were a few
Yeah.
standouts, but overall, if you want to compare it to like say Budokai plagiarism aside,
Yeah.
Tenkaichi 2,
Well, yeah,
Raging
compared to
Blast
others,
1
it
and 2.
wasn't greatness, but I still like the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's still good.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't beat out Dokkan soundtrack, but it's like all their games struggle with this type of they're trying to captivate all these audiences and trying to bring them together when that's not how it works. It's almost like when 2K was like, all right, you're not getting these wrestling games anymore. You're going to get these simulators. People didn't play wrestling games to actually play like this boring ass thing. You wanted to play how they fight on TV. You wanted to be like an arcade, and you wanted to have like these cool motions instead of dragging out these fights. And in Xenoverse and in Storm, well, more so Xenoverse, but Storm, it's like there's really no fun to be had with that battle system because of the fact that it's just if you run out of a certain, well, if you run out of substitutions, you're dead.
So I'm thinking this like, do you think we are, especially our group, that we are kind of biased to the Dragon Ball games because we use them for our fanfics?
Absolutely.
And that way we spend so much
Yes.
we spend so much time doing it that we can pick up the flaws a lot easier than someone would just play it, for fun online.
Yes and no at the same time, because I'm like this with every game that I play. But like you said, more so with Dragon Ball because I work with it more.
Like, we are essentially, like, you could think of us as like beta testers pretty much, because we spend so much time, messing with the files, seeing what works and what doesn't, and we're more knowledgeable about the problems with it. And when we speak about it, no one really like kind of gets what we're saying.
I mean, I don't think it's really that. It's just, I mean, as far as the fighting games go, right? It's just these things don't have longevity that people usually want out of their fighting games. I mean, I don't do fanfics or whatever. I just play the damn games. And to me, right, with Xenoverse, I got the whole thing. With Xenoverse 2, everything was figured out 2 months. Every system, every console, every wherever, it was figured out in 2 whole months. And that's not really how you want, in fact, albeit Xenoverse is kind of whatever, everything mixed up. And you could say the same thing for Storm, like Platinum was just saying, you run out of subs, you're gone. The same thing happens with Saint Seiya, you run out of Cosmo or whatever they call it, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing happens with Xenoverse in the stamina. And they just don't know how to develop good fighting games that people want to take. I'm not going to say seriously, but they want to have some longevity with it, And these games just don't have that.
It's like they are struggling to balance being an anime game and a fighting game, and it is biting them in the ass severely. Like with Storm, it is a phenomenal anime game until 4 and all the issues with that, because it's like it looks wonderful, and it's just like overall as a as an anime game. So it looks good, it plays good, you feel like you are playing the story. It cuts some things out for the sake of like context and what is the word I'm looking for? I want to say consistency. That's probably not the word I'm looking for either. I'll figure it out later. Well, either way, they condense things in a way that it's like, hey, we're giving you the gist of the story. If you want to know more, pick up the source. But as a fighting game, there have been so many things where it's like I'm looking at it, especially with 4, where it's like I'm thinking they could have expanded on this, and they didn't. Like with what's his name, Hokage Naruto, like from Road to Boruto. He has a 4-stage charged jutsu, and that could have been something where it's like if everyone has something like that, you wouldn't have a roster that has 9 Narutos and 8 Sasuke's. Like you can cut it down to just like one Naruto and 1 Sasuke for all of Part 2, and then just make the rest costumes. And then like they cut out the instant and true awakening system, where it's like all of these extra moves that they had, like all these extra move sets could have been turned into, hey, this is your your true awakening. No, like this is your instant awakening. This is your true awakening, and it's just like they didn't do enough to well no. It was like they kept adding shit and ended up sacrificing what they already had instead of trying to improve on it. Which is why it's like as a fighting game, it just kind of.
So would you sacrifice new features for ones that work? I don't, because like for the Storm series they have the whole counter system. Would you rather have had the counter system from Revolution or the one from Storm 4?
I wouldn't have had that shit in
Storm 4.
Storm 4. And Shinnin, you say you wouldn't have had it at all?
No. Like I would I would have like I guess like just like a simple parry button where it's like I guess like L2 would just be strictly substitution, and then R2 would be it's like your regular block, but if you do a perfect block, then rather than it being okay, you blocked it, you can just like I guess like your recovery frame from blocking will be sped up to let you attack immediately, because like I mean
okay,
so but like
the perfect block from Xenoverse 2, you think that would have been a better option for the Storm games?
Yeah. Like
okay.
Counter was like it was just in Revolution it was stupid because it was like a guard break, which is like okay, it's a free combo, and then in Storm 4 it was better, but I wouldn't put it in the like at all in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to the point where what are they looking for in these games, and what are they trying to do? Because Storm 4, I mean the Storm series, let's face it, it's just a big narrative. The gameplay it takes a back.
Yeah.
It's not meant for longevity. It's meant for you to play the anime, which is good because it did a better job of that than
Actually, yeah, can I get that?
But I think what people are looking for now, because most people that play the game, except for Naruto, because a lot of people, they'd rather play the games than watch the show. With all these other franchises, I think it'd honestly be better to focus on a better gameplay experience that captivates the people to want to watch the anime.
Right. Yeah.
So it's sort of like a dual marketing. And that's usually what games do. Like, say for example, a lot of the Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man games, they made you want to watch the movie. And minus X-Men Origins Wolverine, but a lot of movies you'd rather watch the movie after you play the game or before, and the game is more so like to get your fill. But with anime, it's more so like let's watch the show then play the game, rather than there's no balance between all the media, and anime is a big media and it needs to be condensed in a game, so it's sort of harder to do that rather than expanding it out.
Right.
A lot of like Western things, or a lot of outside of Asia and like anime, the things are too short to be put in a game. But with anime, you're trying to condense like these 200 episode long series into one game or a couple of games. It's harder to do than to put in meaningful filler or space it out between with side missions and stuff like that.
Right.
So, I think their business model is a little flawed, but it's working somehow.
Which is why I think I'd rather these games to have entirely new stories compared to the anime instead of trying to adapt everything, because you can do more with the characters, even if it's using the same characters from the show, right? You give him these what if stories, and you can do more with them instead of just having to model a character for just one cutscene or whatever.
And that's where Xenoverse sort of shined. That's where it sort of shined. It failed, but it shined.
Yeah.
Making an original story, even though it was hardly original. And that's why Dragon Ball Online was so requested the way it is now, but you know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, yeah. But that's why I'm glad they're reaching out to get developers like Arc System Works to make newer versions of characters and games, so they can start fresh. Because the Arc System Works story. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but you know, Android 16's in it, and he's a bit heavily Android based. You have Blue Goo.
And it seems like the Z Warriors are like evil or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But the thing is, you can trust Arc System Works with this because of their past works. With a lot of the companies that we're dealing with now, like Dimps and stuff, their past works are better than, you know, most of the. And even then, when you look back on the past work, it's sort of medium at best.
I mean, you can tell they're tired of working on anime games year after year after year.
But it's
it just
easy money
shows.
with little to no.
True.
And that's why the business model was somewhat. I think it's time to retire Dimps and all them and let them work on their own projects and let them pitch ideas to keep them fresh and innovative and get other people that want to take cracks at Dragon Ball and Naruto, One Piece, another chance or a chance.
Well, to be fair, Dimps didn't do anything.
Let me just like move something around because I just realized that I've been on Wi-Fi like this whole time. That's probably why I was fucking up. So let me connect.
Oh,
let's restart the whole podcast now.
Bruh. Nah, this is getting interesting. Seriously, it is.
Oh, something interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Stop. Can you stop?
This would be like the intermission.
Shut up.
How are you gonna cut this? How are you gonna cut this? Because we've been talking for like a good hour and a half.
I'm just gonna let this shit go, honestly. Like
yo, this is
Shinnin's master editor. He'll find a way.
No, I'm not touching this at all.
Oh, I
uploaded for like 9 hours.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
But
yeah, I think it'd be best to let newer developers take a shot at the bigger names, especially over here. Because franchises like Dragon Ball, I think, would be better done over here than they would over there. Just because most of the Dragon Ball fandom, outside of like merchandising in Japan, most of the Dragon Ball fandom that makes like fan fictions or makes like even fan animated work, they're over here.
True.
And that's why like they have the whole Dragon Ball room in Japan. They need one here too.
Yeah.
Because most of like even on Japanese like Dragon Ball videos, you'll see hella English comments and even Spanish comments.
Right.
Before you see
exactly.
Yo, that reminds me, there was this one fanfic maker. I forgot their name in the channel, but they did like
DBZ Omega.
The guy that made the guy that made the awesome ass Tenkaichi 3 fanfics.
Yeah.
Lit.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Like there have been usually more English comments than Japanese, so it's like more. It seems like more people over here are interested in it, so they need to get more people over here like, working on it.
Yeah, because over in Japan, that's a one
Piece pretty much dominates over there.
Yeah.
I mean, Dragon Ball still owns the merchandising, but
fan base One Piece.
In terms of like people talking about, it's a One Piece fandom over there.
Yeah.
So, and Dragon Ball was kept alive for years
because of us.
Yeah.
The Western world.
Oh shit.
A Western Dragon Ball.
See, well, I was gonna say, when we were talking about Dimps, to be honest, they didn't have anything to do 4 or 5 or 6 years, until Xenoverse 1 came out. So the fact that you were saying they're not like fresh is kind of odd to me because they had a whole time where they weren't doing anything.
No, I mean they were
team entirely.
Yeah, they were doing the Saint Seiya stuff on the side.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Saint Seiya, and then they had a whole other branch of Dimps working with Capcom. So
right, yeah.
The old Dragon Ball Z passionate fans in Dimps left. They said, "Fuck this, we made our money."
Okay.
And then they had School of Ragnarok, or what the fuck that thing was called. It was this one arcade game.
So yeah, Dimps is an interesting story. Because when they were rumored to come back, and everyone was like, "Yeah, Dimps is back," and I'm like, "You do realize this is not the same."
Now, when Dragon Ball Fusions came out, and
Oh yeah.
when that came out, I felt like that was like a good opportune time to get the younger audience into it because 3DS is like a lot of kids have 3DSs, a lot.
Yeah, that is true.
And like that was a good way for them to branch out and get newer people into it. Instead of like catering to the older fans like us.
But
and then
they cucked Fusion. Because
I wasn't expecting a masterpiece. I really wasn't.
I'm not even talking about from gameplay. I'm talking about the way they, marketed it and targeted towards fans. So, like you said, this would have been perfect to get younger fans and older fans interested in a new type of Dragon Ball game. But the whole reason, why didn't it have an English dub? Why was it not English marketed at all?
That's probably on Nintendo's end, honestly.
Right.
Because Funimation
could be.
Because Funimation will always do an English, track or English voices for any of the Dragon Ball games. Nintendo is known for not being so deal friendly.
That's true.
So
Fusion's got cucked.
Yeah. So if it was like a PlayStation owned game for like, I don't want to say the Vita, but for the Vita, I guarantee you, Funimation would have done an English voice track for it.
Yeah, because they did the same thing with Shin Budokai, Tenkaichi Tags, and so on and so forth.
Would have been
Great
way
games,
more
by the way.
enjoyable on there too. But
Yeah.
Fusions was a pretty fun game. I mean, I never finished it. My
Me
time
either.
spent playing it, it was
I don't even have a
interesting
3DS,
and it
so-
was fun.
Now, if we got heroes, if we have heroes over here, heroes on the Switch.
Oh, you see, you lost me there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't go with Switch like that. I'm sorry. I mean, give it to us with the Xbox for that. Yeah, we be
It
good.
would fit better on the Switch though.
Yeah.
Just one cell. That's all. But because the names that are on Heroes would drive numbers like no one's ever seen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Legendary Super Saiyan 3 Majin Broly.
They got hella what if
Hold the fuck up,
characters.
what?
There is a no, seriously, there is a legendary Super Saiyan 3 Majin Broly in Dragon Ball Heroes.
Wait, what? I didn't see this.
Trunks.
I didn't see this, bro.
Broly.
Like I knew
You know
about
how-
those ones because those would be like inevitable and
Yeah,
but
Is there opening?
yeah, they
about
be
to show you
showing
right
us
now.
that.
I'm about to show you right now.
These
Alright.
numbers, the numbers that game would drive would be crazy.
'Cause they got so many characters and shit. Like, damn, how would the story? Is the question.
What's funny is most of the ideas that were first introduced into Heroes were left over from Budokai 3.
Damn.
bruh,
Wow.
Heroes still uses Budokai 3 style models. Like
Yeah, they
Like,
do.
it
It's nice.
it's been like a long line of like data card games and all that stuff that eventually turned into Heroes. And then, like they started out with basically Budokai 3 models. And then
It's hard to here it is. It's hard to see, but you see Babidi right there?
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I see it. That's lit.
Yeah. That alone will drive so many fans.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would be crazy.
I just want the fucking cards, honestly. And
It's a
It
shame we'll
looks
never
so
get
nice.
it. That's Dragon Ball's equivalent of J-Stars.
I mean, the closest card is somewhat.
And we didn't even get the digital version.
All right.
Well, see, I was at Comic-Con and they were actually showing Cardass over there, the physical.
Oh,
And I guarantee you, if it sells well, like if the company, because the company's pretty kind of putting their leg out there,
yeah.
and saying, hey, we're gonna try this out. If it works, we may get something different, over here. Doesn't, they're pretty much gonna scrap it because it's all on the fan base. It's all on the fan base right now.
But you know what sucks though is because the TCG over here it's not oversaturated, but with Dragon Ball, no one's ever taken that card game seriously. But you have Dokkan, which is
They
selling.
did
like
have a
hotcakes.
card game.
It did.
Oh, no.
It did.
So
I remember.
Why not make the app first, then do the physical?
Because
Makes
Dokkan's the major.
Game like the Dragon Ball's Yu-Gi-Oh. That'd be
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
And you
See,
already
but-
have people asking for IC card ass. So
Well, see, they like Shinnin said, they had a card game for it way back in like.
that wasn't an app one though.
No,
I remember which one you're talking.
No, it wasn't. But people didn't even know how to play that game at all. So like,
Yeah.
why?
But I'm
Why-
talking about an app one.
Mm.
Why not make the app one first instead of trying to risk your entire?
They didn't have an
making it
app, but they had
physical?
like a Game Boy game for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. They had a Game Boy game for it. It didn't sell well at all. Like, so they had to start with a physical, product because I guarantee you making those cards is not that expensive, but putting the time and effort into making it's probably more expensive than making the actual physical cards.
Well, the thing about it
Probably,
is the app
but-
is already there. They just need to translate.
Yeah, the app is already here, and you already have like this whole fandom waiting for a better card game for Dragon Ball to be released on their phones because Dokkan, let's face it, it's making money, but people are getting pissed.
All right.
The only-
I think they should have ported the IC card out
Yeah.
rather than making another
It would
physical
get-
flop.
You know what? It's a good thing because it would. Because if you have like an IC card scanner, like that would push people to actually buy card packs in real life.
True.
Maybe that's the way they're going with it. That's probably why they put the cards out first.
True, maybe. We'll see. Because I remember both Dragon Ball and Naruto had card games, and I was like, what the fuck are these?
Yeah, I had both.
Um,
They were just like small packs, but I didn't know.
Just literally a dumbed down card fight band.
Hmm.
Yo, this shit keeps cutting out on my end.
What do you mean?
Like it keeps going in and out, and I can't hear like half the time when y'all are talking.
So before it was we couldn't hear you, and now you can't hear us.
Damn. Oh.
Crazy.
Let me
So
unplug
if-
this shit, cause
I have a question though. If we were to get a new developer or even a new publisher or both to make an anime game of your choosing, which one would it be and why?
I would publish this shit myself.
You're asking for the publisher or the game, like the anime that we want to be made into a game.
Publisher, developer, anime, or both publisher and developer. Your choosing.
Don't know.
For
I just want a new
publisher,
Hajime
I
no
would-
Ippo game.
For a publisher, I would say anyone but Konami or Capcom. Let's just start there. Developer, I don't know. The game, I would say I have like a 5-way tie right now. I would say Bleach, because they desperately need a game. Because like if a new Bleach game comes out, that could drive interest in the anime coming back, and then on top of that, it could just like bounce off each other and so on and so forth. And then if you advertise like you can have the first game going from the beginning to Aizen, and then the second game you could say, hey, it's gonna be like an original or rewritten story, where it's like, since if I remember correctly, Kubo's health was like going to shit when he was like working on Bleach like in the later half. So it's like if he actually has time to like pace himself and flesh out everything that he couldn't, and then just put all of that in just the game, it would probably sell a lot better than just making it just any old Bleach game, or like,
I
or
think
if they
that
followed
was-
the like the manga how it is now. And
Okay.
Then,
Okay.
Then the other 4 games I was thinking were either Shaman King, because I just kind of want to see a game on that one.
Shaman King had a game.
I want to see another game on that.
Bite him.
Oh yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Yeah,
Uh,
they had a P. I have it.
is it good?
I just want platinum games to get Kill la Kill and do
Yo,
Yes.
exactly.
Oh, they can
Whatever they
literally
want
just
with it.
clone Near Automata. They can literally just clone it.
Man,
True.
kill one, please.
See, you may think I'm crazy for saying this, but because for all the flack we gave into this, but I think CC2 with Academia, I mean, My Hero Academia would be a good.
Oh,
Yeah, it could work. Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
Because they don't get. Who's the
No.
publisher?
I'm not gonna name.
Ending that.
Oh no.
It would only be Bandai. I feel like as long as Bandai kind of doesn't put their, we get a good game.
I think first one would be SIE and Sucker Punch making a Tokyo.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's like the most perfect matchup you can. And I think my next one would probably be, This one might be a little weird. I don't know. That or not hard to do, but it'd just be weird.
What?
See, I want a Tokyo Ghoul game as bad as you, but this is the problem with it. Tokyo Ghoul, it's so violent that no company would take that on.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. No,
An
That's
American
why-
one would.
That's why I said SIE and Sucker Punch.
Oh well, but then even they would have to like.
No. Violence is over here. We love violence. That's why I said SIE and Sucker Punch. It'd be a AAA PS4 exclusive.
Damn.
I don't want that game being held back at all. And Sucker Punch style works so well with it. But,
Well,
for me, like with the next one, it'd be a little weird because I'd probably want a little too much going into it. So, but I was gonna say CD Projekt Red and Blood Plus or Claymore.
Claymore.
Yeah, one of the two. Because CD Projekt Red, they're great with story and narrative, and both of those anime have strong.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Wow.
I got one more, and I'm
One
probably,
more?
Yeah, I got one more, and I'm probably gonna get judged forever for this, but I'm saying anyway. I would not mind if somebody would make a Keijo game, like honestly.
You want a Keijo game?
Yeah.
What's Keijo?
Isn't it butt wrestling anime?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the butt wrestling. No, I see where you're coming from because I like Senor and Kagura just like you do. So I see where you're. So
You know what would be great?
What?
BioWare Code Geass.
I still need to watch
The
that.
on-
Actually, now that I think about
The only problem with that would be EA.
it.
EA would be the problem.
damn. Have you guys seen I can't pronounce the name, but it's Eureka 7 or something or Eureka 7.
Yeah.
That's a mech show.
Yeah, they had a game for PS2. They actually had two of them for PS2. But I don't think it was the right. I think now of all like the Gundam games that they have, I think it could work.
You could basically reskin Gundam Versus with any anime franchise that has flight in it.
Yeah,
and it will work.
Yeah.
True.
But it wouldn't be perfect. That's
I mean, a few things would need to be tweaked, but I think overall, it wouldn't be too hard.
But you know what I want the most though?
What?
I'd want CC2 and someone from whoever makes the
Oh yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh narrative based.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Man.
I can.
The only way we would get a good Yu-Gi-Oh game is if they actually come out with a good VR thing. That's the only way.
How are they gonna?
CC2 could pull it off as long as they get help from whoever makes the card game. Like you would have the card game
Konami
itself,
makes a card
but
game.
Hopefully
yeah,
it's balanced.
so they do it in house.
Because
Wait, what?
maybe.
Well,
See, I remember.
Wait, go ahead.
I was gonna say either way, it would be like third person, and the board would be in front. You would play it like a normal card game, but it'd be heavily narrative and cinematic
Oh yeah.
because of CC, the way CC2 does their.
Well, they kind of had that. It was Tag Force.
Yeah,
That-
but they failed with that one though. It wasn't really.
And Duel
It
Links.
wasn't really what I was thinking it should be.
Right.
But yeah, that would be cool.
Yo, we've been here for like 2 hours.
Wait, what?
We've been talking for like 2 hours now.
All right, so I think it's
Jesus.
time to wrap this shit up.
Man.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so the last thing, let's end it on some terrible shit. So, name one anime game that you genuinely hate.
Wait, what happened?
I heard genuinely then.
Genuinely,
Yeah. Then you
like
could.
just like you hate it with a passion. Just name one anime.
I don't know.
Universe too.
That and Battle Z. Sorry.
Damn. A game that I genuinely dislike for anime related. Let me look at my drawer.
Jesus.
Mine I didn't even have to think about.
Hey, if
I
I
have to
had
play it in a few hours.
I gotta go with Hollow Fragment. I got to. That there's just no direction of what you need to do in that game.
Translation was fun.
At least-
How they replaced everything with like penetration or something. I forgot.
I mean, at least the other SAO games had like a linear story where you're like, okay, go do this, go do this, go do this.
Yeah.
That's what I like, you know. So who's next? Who's next?
I'll just say I was making
I'll go next. I'm with Platinum here. I hate Zoo.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, first one, first one.
Okay.
I hate it. That I can understand.
Q. What do you think?
Let me
I go
guess.
Jane
Let me
Platinum.
see. I think the Uzumaki Chronicle series.
Oh yeah, those are trash. Those are trash.
Even counting the
Oh.
PSP and the Wii one.
See, I
Jesus.
like the first one, but I know why you hate it. It's
The first one is the worst one. Like even the international version even had a lot of censored shit.
yeah, it
like-
did. I don't. I just liked it. I don't know.
Like 3 parts of the game are completely removed from
It was
our
trash.
version.
It was trash.
Yo,
Pretty terrible. I think that's the only thing I generally don't like about anime in terms of anime games.
I hated fuck, what's it called? Dynasty
you know
Warriors
one-
Gundam 1.
Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But then again, it was like I'm a little biased because like I played 3, then Reborn, and then went back to 1, and I was like, this is fucking awful. Like it was.
Yeah, you did it backwards.
Yep.
Alright, go to.
For me, I of course Battle Z with, along with Xenoverse too, because I just don't like the PvPs and shit that they done. Like they look weird. The models are just I'm sorry, a bit cartoony, and I don't even think did they even have a story? I totally
For Battle
forgot.
for Battle Z?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it had
think
missions.
It was alright because some of them were hard, especially the fucking god. Yeah, especially the fucking god going against God Goku for some reason. It's hard to get him, and I don't understand why. But it's that's
Okay.
just-
I mean, heartbroken.
Hey, well, I think that was a pretty good podcast.
yeah,
It was a little disorganized, but we made it work. We made it work.
right.
yeah, we had a couple of
Jesus.
Hey, but whose phone was that though? Like honestly.
I think it was Dover's.
It was Dover's.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Shinnin, I told you. I told you next time. Next time.
All right. But,
Oh, dude.
Bless you.
bro.
Boy.
Bless you, boy.
Boy.
Oh, my God.
Next time, I think we should have like someone actually like kind of be like I don't want to say like be like okay now it's Jaden's turn or Platt's turn, you know, just kind of
No, we
More
probably
structure.
should.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that way
next time it'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think people will still enjoy it.
And that won't be here next time.
Yeah, that
Bruh. Swear.
Dover, next time you gotta have the phone not on the table, all right, boy?
Next time I'm not cutting anybody off. I'm not. My bad.
Yeah, I think we all did that. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's alright.
Nah, it's
All right. So this will be up probably like tomorrow or so, and
Alright.
just
Are you literally going to just put up the whole 2 hours?
Yep.
Jesus. The man said he was gonna.
yeah. I'll actually be
Oh.
able to shit. I wanna watch it.
Oh, God.
I want to hear it.
Are you even the messed up intros in the beginning?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
don't take those off.
Bloopers.
Keep that on.
I don't think I messed up the recording on those first intros. So
Oh no, no, it was just so disorganized. People were like, oh okay.
I was just recording every time.
Yeah.